Did you want one?
Oh, thank you so
You
much.
bet.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. A couple of housekeeping items before we really get started here. The first one is we are live streaming this on YouTube. If you want to share that with someone who can't attend today, you can go to YouTube and search Grizzly TV. And the link is from our Grizzly TV YouTube channel. You can also go to our school Twitter, and I've shared that on Twitter, and you can share it from there with anyone. After the fact, it'll be archived and available. You can rewatch it, and you can share that with family and friends after today even. So wanted you to know that. Additionally, at 1:05 and 1:09, you're going to hear a bell. We won't count you tardy or count you unexcused, but it does interrupt our PA system just briefly when both of those bells sound, so I don't want you to be surprised by that. Without further ado, let me welcome you to Paul Kinder Middle School for our 6th grade academic recognition. I know today at 1 o'clock is certainly not ideal for everyone's schedule. However, it's obvious that you've made sacrifices on your end to attend today. And for that, I'm very appreciative and thankful that you are here to help us recognize some great academic achievements for their first semester of middle school. If you don't know who I am, I'm Steve Goddard. I'm the principal here. This is my 13th year being a principal at Paul Kinder Middle School, which when I first got here was Sunnyvale Middle School. Yes, I'm old, but I tell you, I do believe I have the best job in the district, no question about it. Being here 13 years, I don't think these guys maybe even were born yet, so boy, that is old, so I feel that. But in all seriousness, thank you for your support and encouragement that allows your student to be here this afternoon. Want to make some introductions. Mr. Alsop and Miss Line Cooler are two assistant principals. Mr. Alsop is also our activities director. From the counseling office, Mrs. Schmidt and Mr. Hicks. All four of these folks work really hard and do a great job. Can you help me appreciate them? Out in the hallway, you might have seen Officer Vaughn on the way in. You might see him on the way out. Officer Vaughn is our school resource officer. He works for our district and is commissioned through our school district. He's here every day and helps provide safety and security oversight here and next door. So again, Officer Vaughn, if you can appreciate him when you see him, certainly yes, thank you. I want to mention two groups that work behind the scene, but you would not be here today. Our students would not be seated here. They would not have packets full of goodies that Mr. Hicks will talk to you about here in a moment without our office ladies. When you see them, when you talk to them, if you will, appreciate them. They do a great job. They've been on the front lines of this pandemic like you guys, but do an awesome job, and we appreciate them a lot. Also, our custodians do a fantastic job. This building is 22-ish years old. When you walk in here, you would not notice that. Our custodial maintenance crew does a great job of keeping this building up. So appreciate those two groups for me when you get a chance. Last but not least, and I've mentioned it already, but thank you families, parents, and supporters for again doing what you have done that ends up with your student having academic success that we're going to recognize. We really do appreciate our families. Without further ado, we're going to get started while you guys are here recognizing our honorees. So coming up is Mr. Hicks. And those two bells that I talked about, that one bell is quickly approaching. When it rings, we'll just pause. So it's already back. There'll be one more here in about 4 minutes, but hang in there and let's get started.
All right, so as Mr. Goddard stated earlier, these 6th grade students that are assembled here, they've worked very, very hard, and they are a perfect example of the kind of success that we want every student to achieve here at PKMS. Each student today is going to be receiving an envelope with a few keepsake items inside. There will be a certificate of achievement, 2 bumper stickers, an honors pin if they were enrolled in an honors class, and an extra copy of the program. We do ask that you hold your applause until all names have been read so that everyone has a chance to be heard and recognized. Students in the first row, we may begin. Amaya Abney. Mira Abramson. Maggie Allen. Madison Andes. Isabel Atwood. Ashlyn Abramovic. Sadie Banks. Kimberly Barrow. Carson Bedell. Haley Beal. Lily Bodenhammer. Parker Boswell. Caden Bouchard. Trey Bonite. Hannah Boyd. Braxton Bucky. Bella Burge. Lily Burgess. Janiyah Burns. Braxton Campbell. Ethan Carlson. Shyla Carty. Kiara Castellanos. Andrew Caton. Matthew Caton. Randall Cabin. Kira Church. Aiden Coates. Jagger Collins. Cassius Combs. Jolie Kuntz. Lila Curran. Zayden Dameron. Brennan Dedman. Lakai Dean. Joey Dome. Samuel Utsi. Layla Fike. Maya Ford. Arden Fruits. Luke Gardner. Samantha Galt. Ariana Gabehart. Garrett Giron. Audrina Gonzalez. Nico Brady. Natalie Hale. Haley Hamilton. Cooper Hannah. Catherine Harity. Danae Hart. Jackson Hawkins. James Henley. Ramon Herring Clemens. Danny Hilgedick. Kira Holland. Landon Puck. Carter Hughes. Lucas Hull. Liam Isaac. Dia James. Brooklyn Jenkins. Landon Johnson. Leah Johnson. Starlin Jones. Matthew Judd. Anderson Kaplan. Gavin Larson. Harper Lavoie. On leave. Olivia Maciel. Declan McLeod. Leighton Marriott. Robert Martin. Camilla Martinez. Graham McClure. Rylan McCollum. Brielle McDavid. Cayman Moberg. Samantha Moffett. Henry Moore. Isabella Moreno. Landon Mortensen. Eric Knott. Kendall Neely. Aiden O'Toole. Evan Peruse. Simon Peterson. Liliana Pinto. Aiden Pruitt. Ethan Rodino. Ronald Ramsey. Jackson Rangel. Riley Recalde. Tyler Rhodes. Valentina Rice. Sophia Rivera. Clark Roberts. Madison Rusher. Camila Sanchez Rivera. Dominic Saracholu. Timothy Savin. Amnesty Schuler. Gabriel Sherman. Xavier Sidney. Kinsley Sims. Brooklyn Smith. Mayling Snell. Michaela Cerdes. Jackson Talbot. Caven Terry. Madison Thompson. Robert Thompson. Haley Thompson. Caleb Thompson. Cortez Timberlake. Liliana Torres. Ethan Treviso. Lenore True. Emily Van Hosen. Trinity Vasquez. Jocelyn Weber. Devin Williams. Let's give all these students a round of applause. I'd like to turn it over now to Mrs. Linecourt.
Thank you all. I see we have some people on our sides. We do have plenty of seats if you want to come on in. We can take a moment and grab a seat. Okay. And we're going to do a couple special recognitions. I'm pleased that I get to recognize our 6th graders that in their first semester of middle school earned a perfect 4.0 GPA. So what I'm going to do, students, is when I call your name, I'd like you to stand and stay standing. And parents, once we've recognized all these students, we'll give them one big round of applause. So these are our students with a perfect 4.0 GPA for first semester. Mira Abramson, Madison Andes, Isabel Atwood, Sadie Banks, Caden Bouchard, Hannah Boyd, Braxton Bucky, Bella Burge, Janiyah Burns, Braxton Campbell, Shyla Carty, Andrew Caton, Matthew Caton, Kiera Church, Jagger Collins, Zayden Dameron, Lakey Dean, Joey Doan, Samuel Bootsy, Maya Ford, Arden Fruits, Ariana Gebhardt, Garrett Giron, Adrina Gonzalez, Cooper Hannah, Catherine Harity, Danae Hart, Jackson Hopkins, Ramon Herring Clements, Daniel Hilgedick, Eli Huff, Anderson Kaplan, Olivia Maciel, Declan McLeod, Robert Martin, Graham McClure, Samantha Moffitt, Harper Moore, Henry Moore, Isabella Marino, Landon Morganson, Kendall Neely, Evan Peruse, Simon Peterson, Ethan Rodino, Tyler Rhodes, Valentina Rice, Timothy Sabin, Michaela Cerdes, Jackson Talbot, Caven Terry, Madison Thompson, Robert Thompson, Lenore True, Emily Van Hosen, Devin Williams. Please join me in congratulating these students. Awesome work, Hercules. You can go ahead and be seated, and Mr. Alsop's going to come up.
All right, I'm going to announce our students that are enrolled in our honors courses that still have met all these different criteria. Students, when I call your name, go ahead and stand just like with our last group. Stay standing till the very end. And parents, once we have them all called off, then let's give them one big round of applause. Okay, Magdalena Allen, Madison Andes, Isabel Atwood, Sadie Banks, Kimberly Barrow, Haley Beal, Liliana Bodenhammer, Parker Boswell, Caden Bouchard, Trey Bona, Hannah Boyd, Braxton Bucky, Bella Burge, Janiyah Burns, Braxton Campbell, Shyla Carty, Andrew Caton, Matthew Caton, Randall Cabin, Aiden Coates, Jagger Collins, Cassius Combs, Lila Curran, Brennan Dedman, Joey Doan, Samuel Utzi, Arden Fruits, Luke Gardner, Samantha Galt, Garrett Gueron, Adrina Gonzalez, Nico Grady, Cooper Hanna, Catherine Harity, Danae Hart, Jackson Hawkins, James Henley, Ramon Herring Clemens, Daniel Hilgedick, Kira Holland, Landon Huck, Eli Huff, Carter Hughes, Liam Isaac, Dia James, Starlin Jones, Matthew Judd, Anderson Kaplan, Gavin Larson, Harper Lavoie, Lee, Olivia Maciel, Declan McLeod, Leighton Marriott, Camilla Martinez, Graham McClure, Rylan McCollum, Cayman Moberg, Samantha Moffitt, Harper Moore, Henry Moore, Isabella Moreno, Kendall Neely, Aiden O'Toole, Evan Peruse, Simon Peterson, Liliana Pinto, Ethan Rodino, Riley Ricalde, Tyler Rhodes, Sophia Rivera, Madison Rusher, Dominic Soracholu, Timothy Savin, Brooklyn Shoemaker, Xavier Sidney, Kinsley Sims, Brooklyn Smith, Maylene Snell, Michaela Cerdes, Caven Terry, Madison Thompson, Robert Thompson, Lenore True, Emily Van Hosen, Trinity Vasquez, and Jocelyn Weber. Parents, let's give them a round of applause. Good job. Students, you can be seated. I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Goddard.
Thank you, Mr. Alsop. I want to share a little bit with you here before we depart on some stats from our week. It is a great week here at Alkinder Middle School to be a Grizzly. This morning was our first academic recognition that we have held this week, and we honored 134 seventh graders this morning. 53 of those seventh graders had a first semester 4.0, and 31 of those seventh graders have had a 4.0 or a perfect A in every class their entire middle school career. So 3 semesters, yeah, absolutely. Sitting before you here this afternoon, we have 136 graders, and you just heard 56 of those names called that had a 4.0 their first semester of 6th grade, so off to a fantastic start here. We finish up this week. Tomorrow we're going to recognize our 8th graders, and we have 118 that are going to be recognized. And again, those are 3.5 or higher to be invited to this. Tomorrow, 36 of those 8th graders have a first semester 4.0. And then really special honor tomorrow, we'll call up 19 8th graders that have a perfect 4.0 their entire middle school career. So all together this week, we have 382 students that have a 3.5 or higher. You might be curious to know that we have 789 students enrolled, and I'm not a math guy, but I use those tools provided to me. 49% of our Grizzly students, so 1% short of half, walking our hallways, have a 3.5 or higher and are being recognized this week, which is awesome. All of those areas that I just announced every single one of those categories are higher than last year. Obviously, you guys know as well as anyone that the last couple of years have been really difficult. Not only difficult in the classroom and at home and in your jobs and in your world, but certainly a middle school student, it's not easy in a normal, whatever that is anymore. Every day, 6th, 7th, and 8th grader, it's really challenging. But then you throw in a pandemic, virtual learning, and all that's come with that. It's been really tough, and they have succeeded despite all of those challenges. Obviously, they deserve a lot of credit, but a lot of that credit also should go to you, parents and families and supporters of these students. So thank you again for your support and encouragement. I look forward in a couple of years to recognizing these students, not only next year, but then as 8th graders. And we've got 56 of them that are set up to have a perfect 4.0 possibility all through their middle school careers. So great work. They're off to a great start in middle school. Thank you again for taking time to join us. We look forward to seeing you guys at the next school function. Stay warm and have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Students, if your parent or family member is here and you want to give them your envelope, you may do that at this time. Students, then you're going back to 6th period. 6th period.
Sorry. I have something to hold on to. I'll be falling down. Okay, you got a test? Okay, I'll see you later.
Thank you for giving Graham a ride last week.
Oh, no
Appreciate
problem.
it, man.
No problem.
You can even put the hair out of your eyes so you can see them. Oh, that's weird. I thought nobody ever went out to school.
Yeah, huh? What's up, Brookie? You're a little smarty pants, huh?
I was wondering if you were here. Good, how are you?
Good. I'll try not to shake you around too much.
I'm okay.
How are you? Good. Good to see you.
I tell them to and they're
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
No! You got a 3.5 GPA, you gotta go to class.
Yeah, you got another
Man.
0.5.
It's flute.
Oh, okay, go play.
Moving around all day.
What do you have after that? You definitely need to go to class.
Okay,
Good rest
now
of your
what?
day, bud. Love you.
Well, she doesn't know what. I don't.
See you, babe. See you tomorrow. I'm planning on coming. Yeah, I love that kid.
See you guys. Oh, yeah. 300.